The FBI is digging into the Dallas shooter's background and some shocking discoveries. Take a look at this.
The shooter used the ICE tracking apps. Anyone who creates or distributes these apps that is designed to spot, track, and locate ICE officers are well aware of the dangers that they are exposing to law enforcement. It's a casting call to invite bad actors to attack law enforcement officers. It's no different than giving a hitman the location of their intended target. The media has been amplifying these apps, even as we warned them it would only lead to more attacks.
Maybe we will. Maybe we'll start setting up a day for just gaming. I don't know what day though. Like, I mean, maybe like towards the end of a stream. I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot too. I thought about that a lot over the weekend. I was like, man, I should really start kind of leaning into the gaming a little bit as well, a little bit again.
Joining us now for our big close-up is the one and only borderczar Tom Homan. Tom, these ICE tracking.
I would do it Friday, but I've been using the videos on Friday to, you know, kind of keep the weekend with videos, you know. So I can't really use Friday. I was thinking like maybe the middle of the week or something, like Thursday. Not sure.
Apps are a favorite tool of the left's, and now it's been used to plan an attack. So I think the big question is the administration going to take more action to crack down on these apps that are essentially used for stalking you and your agents?
Well, the short question is absolutely. DOJ and FBI.
I want to start doing like day one releases of games, so that way, like, you know, I can still stay relevant in gaming a little bit. So I just don't know what. I'll think about it more. I definitely want to, though. Keep that in mind. I do want to.
On Joey Jones,
just not sure what.
The John Brown group. Let's remember, when they attacked Alvarado, they shot an officer in the neck. So every one of those people should go to prison. But yeah, the apps are you know, tracking ICE agents immediately. I mean, you got a representative in.
Bro, he looks so tired. He looks exhausted.
In Phoenix, Arizona, that was reporting to an app where ICE was currently operating right then and there. They're on this corner and that corner. So the FBI is all over this. I do think that's a form of impediment. And as far as those who are arming and financing these groups, we have license plate numbers. We got videotape of cars delivering shields and gas masks. They're all going to be held accountable, and FBI is deep in the investigation as we speak.
Tom, Jason Chaffetz here. I went out with ICE in Salt Lake City 2 weeks ago, and it was amazing when the officers started to tell me what they had to go through and put up, everything from apps to being tracked to being doxxed to their families being threatened. It is unbelievable what's going out there. We love these men and women. But these anti-ICE agitators, they continue to clash with agents, for instance, in Broadview, Illinois, where several were arrested as the police had to use pepper bombs to control the area. Now the mayor of Broadview, Katrina Thompson, is saying that ICE is, quote, I can't believe this, making war on my community. What say you, Tom?
It's
just more violent rhetoric. That's all it is. Just more fuel for the fire, huh? Let's just keep tossing gas canisters in there and hope that it doesn't blow up, right?
Ridiculous. Look, ICE is enforcing the law. I look at the numbers every single.
They're just doing their job. Straight up. That's all they're doing. People voted in a president that wants to heavily crack down on illegal immigration, and they went and hired a whole bunch of people and gave them a bunch of really good benefits. And now that, you know, they're just doing their jobs, like the police, like the fire department. I just don't.
Day on who they're arresting. They're arresting thousands of public
like
safety.
Those benefits that those ICE agents are getting, they're crazy. They're getting better benefits than fire department personnel.
Threats that are in this country illegally. Public safety threats. You would think every mayor and governor would be calling up President Trump and thanking him for making their community safer. President Trump told me months ago, zero tolerance, Tom. He goes, if someone puts a hand on an officer, they're going to jail. They throw a stone at a vehicle, they're going to jail. Zero tolerance. And I've said it 1,000 times, I'll say it again. If you don't like what ICE is doing, then go yell at Congress. ICE is enforcing the laws enacted by
That's my thing. Is like you just hurting normal people. They're just normal people. Some of them have served, they have experience, and they get hired as an ICE agent, or they are police officers that are kind of like doing both. They're just normal Americans, and
Congress. They're appropriated billions of dollars a year to enforce that law. I look at the data every day. The vast majority of people in the arrest are criminals. The others are, known suspected terrorists, national security threats, final orders, who had due process, were ordered moved by federal judge. They're doing what the law tells them to do. They're upholding the oath they took. So, they need to stop the hatred of ICE. I'm telling you, it's not.
He's getting angry, dude. Every time this gets brought up, I noticed him a lot with Kirk as well. He gets, actually, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't Kirk. It was the ICE facility shooting. He's getting more and more he looks more and more tired and angry every time this gets brought up with this violent rhetoric on these platforms.
Over. I said 3 months, back in March, on one of these shows, back in March, I said, if the rhetoric don't stop, there's going to be bloodshed and someone's going to die. And they have. And it's unfortunate, I'm right, but you're going to see more if the rhetoric doesn't stop. I'm glad President Trump, Pam Bondi.
I mean, when does this stop? Whenever you've got people driving into the barriers for the ICE thing and making homemade bombs to blow up the freaking facilities with illegal immigrants still inside of them. I mean, for fuck's sake, the last one, the guy shot 3 people. They were all illegal immigrants that were held there, that were getting ready to be deported. He didn't even shoot an ICE agent. He shot 3 innocent people.
Secretary Noem's all taking steps to hold these people accountable. Zero tolerance.
Tom, first of all, thank you for being you, for going back into this job. You're in retirement. You're ready to put some margaritas back on the beach.
Yeah, that's like what happened with Nam. In Vietnam, whenever people came back, they were getting spit at and cussed at and called all these foul things. And it's like, you do realize that some of those guys got drafted. They never wanted to be part of that.
We're taking care of our country, and we need it. This is a video of a woman confronting an ICE agent at an immigration courthouse in Manhattan, and it's making news. She's seen being shoved to the ground by one of the agents. And according to the New York Times, that agent has been relieved of his duties and an investigation is underway. I'd love for you to tell us what you know about this, explain any information you have.
It's not surprising to me that they're already having trouble with these agents, because whenever you see friends of yours get doxxed or they get jacked up because of some stupid crowd that's being formed and all the pressure they're having to deal with. I mean, remember, if it bleeds, we can kill it. But at the same time, at what point do you finally decide to just stop doing this? Because you're not... Again, this is only going to end with a lot of laws being pushed that are going to take American rights away. That's all that's going to end up happening. You're just going to end up losing more individual rights because you just don't know how to stop.
Well, you can look at that video different ways. Yeah, there was the pushing and shoving going on. They also seem to be tangled up, right?
Yeah.
So, if she's impeding with ICE, then that officer, has a right to use of force. But again, I'm not going to judge it. I'll leave it up to the independent OPR investigator. But every time there's a use of force, there has to be an investigation anyways. Every time.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure that officer filed a report.
Arrested by ICE after he was ordered to leave last year. Now, some on the...
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, a real turning of the tide there, Tom. It's Anita Vogel. Thank you so much for joining the show tonight. We so appreciate it. I want to ask you about this crazy story. In Des Moines, Iowa, school superintendent Ian Roberts was arrested by ICE after he was ordered to leave last year. Now, some on the left are portraying him as a sympathetic victim, but police found a loaded gun and a knife in his possession. And this isn't the first time that he has run into trouble with the law, with law enforcement. He was already facing weapons charges from 2020. So let me ask you, Tom, how could an illegal alien end up running a major school system? And, are there others out there like this across the country? And keep in mind, there was a nationwide search to find this person, to find the right person for the job, and this is the person they came up with.
That's being investigated right now, but this is just another example I just said a couple minutes ago. ICE is arresting public safety threats that are here illegally. This guy already had weapon charges in the country illegally. You would think everybody would be in support of this, but now you got people supporting him. It's just incredible where we are as a nation. And I've done this since 1984, and every day I wake up and I look at these reports. I'm saying, we're in a time now where the police officers.
I just don't get it, dude. It seems like no matter what, you're always gonna piss somebody off, and then they're just gonna advocate for death and violence. And even whenever you, in your heart, think you're doing the right thing, or you're doing the right thing, it's just not gonna matter. It's just crazy. It's insanity. There's got to be a massive protest.
And meanwhile, in Portland, Antifa is gearing up for a massive protest tonight at the ICE facility there. A flyer is circulating online urging people to rally against President Trump's order that deploys troops to the city to protect ICE facilities against violent rioters. Christina Coleman is live with the latest. Hi, Christina.
Hi, Tommy. Yes, more protests are expected tonight in Portland after the president announced he plans to send federal troops there. Yesterday on Truth Social, the president wrote, at the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I am directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. We have the full screen there that President Trump put out. There you go. So he said, at the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I'm directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. I am also authorizing full force. Feel differently. Portland is one of a number of cities nationwide where there's been ongoing protests against the president's crackdown on illegal immigration, and some of those demonstrations have turned very violent with clashes between anti-ICE rioters and federal agents. There's been a dramatic rise in assaults against ICE agents nationwide compared to the same time last year. Democratic lawmakers from Oregon think adding more troops to the mix is going to make the situation worse.
Trump is sending troops to Portland with the goal of, quote, doing a number on the city. And we know what this means. He wants to stoke fear and chaos and trigger violent interactions and riots to justify expanded authoritarian control.
And this is the kind of shit I'm talking about right here. And this is the kind of shit I'm talking about right there. He's not an authoritarian. He's part of a democracy. Can't be. It just that's just crazy. Like just, to take that and turn it to take sending more troops out because you've got violent rioters and just spin that to make it an authoritarianism move. Like that's, oh my God, that's just so. This is the whole problem right here. This is the problem, right here.
Let's not take the bait. Portland is peaceful and strong, and we will take care of each other.
Well, we'll see how things play out tonight. Again, more protests.
You have your own your own political representatives down on these media platforms that are doubling down on this violent rhetoric, this violence, this we're going to stand firm even though you're not the one down there. There's no we're in this. You're idiots. He's not even down there protesting with you. He's in his multi-million-dollar mansion that he got from taking your taxpayer money away from like schools in the area and like police in the area and the roads in your area. That's right. The reason why you keep backing out of your driveway and you got a pothole the size of a watermelon.
Are planned for outside the ICE facility in Portland this evening. Tommy?
Christina Coleman, thank you so much. I'm going to open it out to the table now. It's still an incredible deterrent because when you know that these facilities are going to be...
I can't. It's just sad, dude. This country's cooked. It's cooked, boys.